नमस्ते जी। कैसे हो? आशा करते हैं आप बहुत अच्छे हैं। तो आज एक नई रेमेडी पड़ेगी। और हुआ ऐसा कि मुझे रेमेडी के बारे में कुछ पता नहीं था। मैं तो रेपर्टरी के साथ जो बैठा हूँ तब खेलता हूँ, ऐसे जब आइडल बैठा रहता हूँ तो खेलता हूँ रेपर्टरी से। तो मैं एक रूब्रिक्स के साथ जा रहा था और एक रूब्रिक मेरे सामने आया जो था डेल्यूजन हस्बैंड कैनॉट सर्वाइव विदाउट हर। दैट इज डेल्यूजन कैनॉट सर्वाइव विदाउट हर हस्बैंड। सिंगल रेमेडी वॉज दैट वॉज क्लैडोनिया रैंजीफेरा। एंड आई वॉज नॉट नोइंग एनीथिंग अबाउट दिस रेमेडी। मुझे रेमेडी के बारे में कुछ भी पता नहीं था, कुछ भी नहीं। एंड आई जस्ट सॉट समथिंग लाइक CLAD क्लैड। आई सेड व्हाट इज दिस, जस्ट सी, एंड इट वॉज क्लैडोनिया रैंजीफेरा. I went into literature and I could not see anything or any medical drug which are given about this remedy. कुछ मिल ही नहीं रहा था. And then what I did was I said let's study about this plant or this, what this is. Let's see, let's learn about its habitat, where it grows, how it grows. And then I came across the whole Matra Medica. I could understand the Matra Medica easily. So let's go. What this Cladonia rangifera is, it is a lichen. And this lichen, it consists of two things, that is algae and fungi. Two things, okay, in combination together, working as cooperation. Now what this fungi does, it protects the algae. And what does this algae do? It photosynthesizes and prepares the food and feeds both, because fungi cannot make their own food, they have to live on others. Okay, so they give security. The fungi gives security, it is the outer part that gives security, and the inner part is algae, which prepares its food. And it feeds himself as well as the fungi too. So now I came across one thing, that there is some called a feminine aspect and a masculine aspect. The feminine aspect is algae, masculine aspect is fungi. So it's as if like if this security is not there, the algae cannot survive. And if this algae does not produce food, the fungi will not survive. So this is how a lichen is. They are in a transition phase. Lichen, they are in a transition phase between fungi and mosses, the other part. Just like how lycopodium is between mosses and ferns. Lycopodium is there. So let's come to this remedy. This cladonia, this lichen, it grows in a temperature, in a climatic area where it is very very cold, very very cold. You can say Arctic region. Okay, and what happens is they grow, they have a ability and they have a potential to grow in environment or grow in an atmosphere where no other plants can grow. They have a tendency to grow even there. They have no roots, जड़े नहीं है. सो अभी करना क्या है, जो हवा में मॉइस्चर है, द मॉइस्चर इन द एयर, दे एब्जॉर्ब इट एंड दे ग्रो. एंड नाउ दे कैन एंड्योर द मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट ऑफ टेम्परेचर्स. सो द थीम वी सी इज एंड्योरेंस फर्स्ट. एंड्योरेंस. नाउ दे हैव टू survive even in this harsh climate, harsh very difficult temperate zone. They have to survive there. Okay, and the other part that I came across is an animal called reindeer, moss reindeer. It is dependent on this moss reindeer, it is dependent on this lichen cladonia. And this, there is an animal Laplander which is dependent on this reindeer. You can see how the evolution is. Laplander dependent on reindeer and reindeer dependent on the lichen, this cladonia. So we also see in the case the issue of survival. The issue of survival. It's so beautiful to see that something which is in a symbiosis, you know, this here is an algae, here is a fungi, they are cooperatively working, and if they don't work cooperatively, they will not survive. They will not survive. So it's like this is dependent on this. So obviously there is a kind of possessiveness, that this is mine, this is mine, something is mine, and I cannot work or I cannot live without that thing. It's a kind of symbiotic relationship. And then I went into the proving then of this remedy. I somehow got the proving, and I read in a proving, and I got this dream that my husband is going to some another woman. my husband is going to some another woman, or some another woman is coming and saying to my husband that he is my husband. A kind of jealousy. We will see a kind of jealousy in this remedy. A very intense jealousy. Intense. Because सोचिए एक ऐसी इंसान जिसके बिना आप रह नहीं सकते, एक ऐसी चीज़ जिसके बिना आप रह नहीं सकते, अगर वो चला जाए आपका गया, आपका अस्तित्व ही गया, आपका सर्वाइवल ही गया. ओके, योर सर्वाइवल इज जस्ट डिपेंडेंट ऑन दैट पर्सन, दैट थिंग. How intensely you will be possessive about that person, how intensely you will be possessive about that thing. And of course jealousy will be there, because if someone even eyes that thing, someone even wishes to be having that thing, you will be having a jealousy. You will be having a jealousy. So it's that kind, that is the proving come out in this remedy. Also there is a proving symptom that, you know, a man had his wife, and or a wife, you could say a woman, she had a husband, and another woman's child is coming running to this man, and she is having an intense jealousy that somehow this child knows him. Is he his another wife? Okay, he has done something mischief, having two wives like this. So this is the theme that is coming up in this remedy, and this is how you have to study. And I came across some peculiar rubrics, very peculiar rubrics of this remedy. I'll give you some rubrics, and the rubrics, they are: company desire for partner of, company desire of partner, alone aggravates when, alone aggravates when, confiding, people confide him many. Now how to understand this rubric? Confiding, people confide him many. This lichen, Cladonia rangifera, it is not just a single plant, an individual plant. It has many colonies of fungi, lots of fungi, lot of algae. They become one, and then they form a lichen. Lichen is not just formed as a single or an individual plant or an individual entity. It is due to many colonies. They come together and they form it. So we can see that confiding people in many. So this is how we can see that the fungi is the master, especially a fungi which plays this role, that is Ascomyces. Ascomyces, it plays the role of master who will dictate, who will dominate. You can say who will take up the charge, who will provide them security, but he will tell the other algae to work according to him, to work according on his commands and prepare food for him. Are you getting it? How this happens? So beautifully, this is how I learn a remedy. Coming up in the another video with many different rubrics of this remedy and many proving symptoms of this remedy. Stay tuned.